Hi, everyone. Well, it's time to have another person audition to be part of Now You Know. And that is my friend, Corley Holmes. Hi, Corley.
Hi.
Okay, Corley, I'm going to be talking about strange addictions. Strange addictions. So what are you going to be talking about?
Eggs.
Eggs. All right. That is cool.
Okay. I wanted to know if eggs really make you fart. That question came to me this morning as I was eating some deviled eggs from a wedding. And I'm like, do eggs really make you fart? I don't think so.
Did you fart?
I inquired. I fart all the time. Now we're getting carried away. My husband, you know how when you first meet someone, you don't want to fart in front of them because it's the most embarrassing thing ever?
Yes.
I had to let one rip.
Yes.
And we were walking outside, so I thought, oh, this is safe. So I let it go. And he didn't say anything. And I thought, and I was comfortable. That's how I knew I was comfortable with him. So, because I could fart in front of him. That's really a thing. Like, people hold it in until you feel like you're going to explode. And you really do. Just let it out, people. It's farting or burping, really. Like, I'd rather fart than burp. What about you?
Yeah. Totally.
Burping grosses me out.
Yeah, absolutely. Gee, Corley.
Give me a smelly fart anytime. Just don't burp in my face. Sorry, just to start this show off on a really, horrible tangent. But
oh my gosh. Hey, listen, if anybody gets offended, come on. This is supposed to be fun, right?
How can you be offended by a fart?
Exactly.
A smell. Yeah.
Even the queen farts.
Well, there's the sound and then there's the smell. And some people swear their farts don't smell. I have a friend, she swears her farts don't smell. I'm like, how can that be possible? It's coming out of a tube that is full of stinky, rotting things. Like, it's got to smell, but she swears it doesn't smell. Okay. And then there's boys who set fire to their farts. Sorry, yes. This turned into a fart thing, not an egg thing. But
I heard of that. It is the gas.
I've seen them do it. And it is funny until your pants catch fire.
Oh my God. How can I top this, Corley?
Sorry.
It's not fair. Well, we'll get back to farts in a minute. So let me just share a couple of addictions, okay? Some people, now I casually knew her. Some people pull out their hair.
Yes, it's got a name.
Pulled it out till it was all gone.
Yeah, there's a medical term for that.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, I can't think of it. It's like trichomania or something.
Oh,
trichomania?
Trichotillomania. Trichotillomania. Yeah.
Sounds like something you would eat in a tortilla or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's reminding me of food. Sorry. I digress again.
People suffering from anxiety that do that. And then are people who eat paper.
So that pulling your hair out isn't really an addiction, is it? It's like a...
Well, they considered it.
Do they do? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Even though it has a medical term, all right? Because I can imagine you could stop yourself.
No.
Doing it.
Actually, you can't.
Well, then
it's an unconscious thing.
Then it's not an addiction.
Not really.
All right.
It wouldn't be what I would term an addiction anyway.
Corley is a nurse, so that's why she's going to argue the point.
I get picky about these little things, yeah. And I love farts. How can you not love farts if you're a nurse?
Exactly. Here's a sad addiction. People who are addicted to exercising.
That I never quite could wrap my head around. But one time when I was jogging as a kid, I think it was in my teens.
Yeah.
I actually got high from jogging. We were doing something for school, some track running or whatever. And I just pushed myself further than what I normally do.
Right.
And it was so weird. I went to the teacher. I said, I think I'm sick. She's like, why? What's going on? I said, I'm not attached to my body anymore. She said, oh no, people run for that reason. And I'm thinking, you run to feel like this? I want it to stop now. It was the weirdest feeling.
That is so interesting.
So I can see how it would be an addiction.
Yeah.
Because if you like that feeling of disconnection from your body and like floating and yeah.
And it's cheaper than buying drugs.
Way cheaper and has some actual health benefits to it.
Yeah. Wow. That's really cool. Okay. Here's one, drinking blood.
That's an addiction?
Yeah, it's an addiction. Well, that's what, again, this is what it says, that, drinking blood. I mean, we all saw the vampire movies, about that, him like attached to your neck and sucking out your blood and stuff like that.
Okay, my question to that is, to become addicted, you have to try something.
Yeah.
What on earth would make you try drinking blood?
Well, if you think about it, how often, if you get a cut on your finger or something, you ever do that?
No.
I do that when I get a cut. I just sort of
suck the blood out of it?
Well, just to stop it. I think it's going to stop the blood from flowing. So I just...
I think I was a nurse too young. I just grabbed the finger and shove a Kleenex or something on it. Stop the blood.
See, it could be...
Ooh. So you're addicted. That's your addiction.
Ooh, I'm busy.
It's some kind of a buzz from sucking on your blood. That's weird.
I don't go... I just do it for a second and I stop. I mean, there's places where you get cut that you can't lick it, You
heard it here first, people. Nancy's addicted to blood.
Yes. Okay. Oh my God, this one is awful. Smelling dead bodies. First of all, you have to be in a position to be around the dead bodies. Work as a mortician or something like that.
I'm trying to think of how that's an addiction, because people do have weird smell ideas. Like I had a friend who loved the smell of gasoline.
Oh, I used to.
Yeah. And those black markers, you take the top off and the stinkiest black marker you'd ever, she loved that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't have called that an addiction. That's just a love of a certain peculiar odor.
So logical.
I like the smell of roses. Not everybody does. I like the smell of farts. Not everybody does.
Especially when they come from eggs. Okay. Now, this one, drinking urine.
Again, how do you start that addiction? Like, what makes you think one day you're just going to try this for fun, and then you become addicted to it?
No, exactly. No.
I can see on a dare, though. Isn't that something like teenage boys would dare? I dare you to drink my pee. Like, I can see that, but it starts that way, and then you're secretly drinking pee in the closets. Like, I don't know. Carry a bottle of pee around with you. You take sips every once in a while.
Yeah. Now, there's a woman who's addicted to licking her cat, and eats the cat's hair. So my question is, does she every once in a while cough up fur balls?
No, but I bet you she has to eat laxatives a lot.
Oh my God.
Everything has to do with poop today. Sorry.
Well, not everybody.
And what would your fart smell like if you were eating cat hair?
What does cat fur smell like?
Would it be like wet dog?
And then you
wet cat? Would your fart smell like wet cat?
There's a college student and even names him. The name is Tempsit.
We'll call them they. We'll be modern.
They eat detergent around 7 times a day.
That cannot be good for your insides.
No, but they get to blow bubbles. I think. I'm just imagining that.
Oh, I ate detergent once as a kid. Totally an accident. This friend told me it was Kool-Aid. So I dipped my, how you lick your finger and dip your finger into Kool-Aid. And well, we used to do that as kids anyway. That was our pop, right? Because we were old. Anyway, so I licked my finger, dipped it in there and ate it. And it was, I think, laundry soap or something. And I ended up in hospital for 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
It was weird. So again, how does that become an addiction? One day, I could kind of see it because I tried it as a kid. Oh, I'm going to taste detergent. But, after that first experience, you really don't kind of want to go back there.
Some people enjoy it, obviously.
Now, they must like to burp. Because to blow bubbles, you'd have to, burp it up, right?
Oh, and then there'd be words in those bubbles.
But their poo would slide right out. No farting from them. Only burping, I would think. Sorry, the nurse in me comes out in weird ways.
No, this is more of an obsession, this one. There's a woman, she has 52 hairless rats in her apartment. 52.
Why are they hairless? Is that like a genetic thing?
That's a kind that she has.
Or does she lick the hair off the rats?
We should put her together with the cat hair licker. Oh no, then the cat might eat all of those rats. Then there'd be a problem. Oh my gosh.
But the cat wouldn't have hairballs from the hairless rats.
Well, that's true too. That would be nice. I hate it when I used to have cats, right? And when
you can just hear it.
yeah, exactly. It's the grossest sound. For a while, there was a TV show with about people with their strange addictions. I never watched it because it was just too bizarre. Here's another one. Adele has been eating couch cushions for 22 years. She has eaten 7 couch cushions.
Is she mentally challenged?
I don't know.
Because there is a medical term where you will eat odd things. I can't think of what it's called now. It's not trichomania, but that is strange.
I knew a little boy who liked to eat insulation. You know, the pink stuff?
Yeah.
And my gosh, that's going to be really tough on the body.
Yeah.
But little
you
kids
get that stuff on your skin and you want to itch.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it on your insides.
You know, my husband, Bill, wasn't allergic to it. He never itched from the insulation.
Oh, he had lizard skin. He had tough skin.
Didn't feel like lizard skin, but obviously was tough. Oh, no, this one is just too stupid. Okay, this woman likes to live as a baby. She has a crib, she wears diapers, and she drinks out of a baby bottle.
You know, I've heard that weird thing in sexual ways too. Like there's women who look after men who like to be in diapers, and that's another one I just can't wrap my brain around.
Imagine changing that diaper.
I have changed adult diapers when I first worked.
Yeah, so have I.
Not the most pleasant thing in the world.
No, and it's because somebody needed that kid.
Yeah.
It's not because they wanted to be a baby. Oh,
Okay, you found some weird ones.
Pardon?
I'll give you that. You found some weird ones.
I did thought, because there's more than that, but I thought, well, I'm going to keep it to that one because I assumed you're going to have a list of things to share.
Well, I think I went on a bit of a rant about farts, but it started with eggs this morning. I only like eggs when they're deviled.
Was that right?
Yeah, I will eat them hard boiled, okay, but I love them deviled. And we went to a wedding recently on Saturday, and they had 2 plates of deviled eggs, and I took as many as I thought was polite to save for people. But at the end of the wedding, they had 2 little containers of deviled eggs left over, so I took them.
You scored the eggs.
I did, and I ate them all. And my husband's sitting beside me. He's going, "Oh, you're gonna have stinky farts tonight." And I'm like, "Eggs give you farts?" So I had to look it up. I had to Google it. I love Google. By the way, I've decided Google is a mister, because Google thinks it knows everything. It doesn't really. So I call it Mr. Google. So Mr. Google told me that actually they don't always cause smelly farts, but there are certain people who will eat eggs and get really stinky farts. And that's got something to do with their internal digestion. But most of us, me included, do not get stinky farts from eating eggs. Okay. So that, now I can eat as many deviled eggs as I want, which I have in the last weekend.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes for me, like just eating a lot of vegetables will cause me to fart.
The extra fiber.
Yeah.
Beans do it to me every time. And it's because of all the fiber, right? My body's like, oh my God. And all the bacteria are like having little parties. Woo, we got all this stuff to eat. Yeah. Yeah, the party farts.
Party farts, yeah, absolutely. Oh.
Bacteria party farts.
And I mean, I prefer, like you said, I prefer that to the burping, because, I know, like, remember young men, having a burp contest to see who could burp the loudest.
The burp smell. I don't know about you, but some of the most horrendous things have been come out of a burp. And it's worse when they accidentally burp when you're going in for a kiss or something.
Oh, I know. That's not a good scene.
I'd rather fart, because your farts are aimed away from me, whereas your burps, if you're coming towards me to kiss, are not in the right direction, as far as I'm concerned.
Now, mind you, it's not that person's fault. Like, you get that, right? But it's still, it's like.
But if you can feel it coming, don't come in for a kiss. Give it a minute. Give it a minute.
Turn your head right away quickly. You're gonna burp.
Of course, there's certain foods that make you burp. Spicy foods will sometimes do that. Garlic.
Oh,
things.
really? Yeah. I love garlic. I don't think it makes me fart. I don't eat spicy foods, as you know, so I don't have that issue, right? I'm just trying to think about, certain foods give me the hiccups.
Yes.
Raw carrots.
Yes, raw carrots. I was going to say they give me the hiccups every time.
And cabbage, raw.
Oh.
Like, if you're having a coleslaw, right?
Okay. I don't actually eat much coleslaw, so I'll test that theory with me.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. I don't remember anything else at the moment, but it'll come to me. Then I was just thinking about the foods that people are allergic to, for whatever reason, one of my nieces is allergic to bananas. She's never, ever, ever liked bananas, from the time she was little. And it's, your body, if you're a little baby and somebody's feeding you something and you're reacting to it for whatever reason, you don't like the taste, or, parents don't always know it's an allergy. Right? Yeah. They just think that this little kid doesn't like the taste or the texture or whatever it is. It's kind of funny, interestingly funny. Anyway, do
we have time?
Yeah, we have time.
Because in my quest for the egg fart question, I came across a website, care of Mr. Google, that says that's about 8 surprising foods that make you fart.
Okay.
So their first food is fatty foods like pork and beef, because they slow your digestion down, apparently. And so that makes it more than a 50% chance that it's going to make you fart when it slows your digestion down. Beans was number 2, which you and I talked about beans. And that's they say it's because they contain something called raffinose, which is a complex sugar that we don't digest very well. And so it gives the bacteria lots of stuff to, it results in methane very easily. Eggs are actually number 3, but they don't make us fart. They do contain sulfur component. So if you don't eat eggs with other foods that make you fart, like the fatty meats, then you won't get a lot of wind. But so if you eat eggs alone, you're fine. Okay. Don't eat them with other farty foods like eggs and beans. I think that's a popular English breakfast, eggs and beans.
Is that right? Uh-huh.
And that'll make you fart. Maybe that's why the English think. No, I'm just kidding. I'll have to X that out.
No, we don't. This goes out raw, Corley. This goes out raw.
Okay. Well, the 4th thing that makes you fart is onions. Raw onions, garlic, leeks can all make you fart. Dairy, but we all know that's because some people are lactose intolerant, right? Yeah. Dairy will make you fart. Yeah. Anyway, number 6 was wheat. Okay. Wheat can make you fart. So bread can make you fart. People, stop eating bread.
Or only eat it when you know you're not going to be around anybody else.
There you go. Single for life. I'm eating bread. What's that?
I said, I love my toast.
I do in the morning too. Yeah. And then there's the regular culprits, the broccoli, the cauliflower, the cabbage. Yeah. That came in number 7. And number 8 was actually fruit. I didn't think fruit could make you fart, but apparently it does, because there's a lot of sugars in fruit, and the bacteria in our gut feed off those sugars and create the lovely gas that we need to expel.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're
top 8 things that make you fart. You heard it here, folks.
If you're a farter, right into the show.
Or if you do suffer from excess flatulence, these are the foods you need to avoid, people.
And on that note, Corley, we're going to end this.
Okay. Please, people, safety. Remember to burp and fart. It'll save your life. Don't keep that gas inside. You'll explode.
Oh, all right. Thanks, Corley. And so everybody now, this is a second audition. So you can determine or make a note or write or make a comment about, who do you think is better, Corley or Rev? Huh? Oh, and if you want to try out, and you don't have to be female, you have to be willing to play on camera, talk about farts or whatever it is that you want to talk about. Okay. So I hope you watch the show. So later, Corley. Later, everybody. Adios.